What?
All right.
What?
It's not. Oh. It's not a picture of me. It's a kangaroo.
Kangaroos are brolic. I want to box one.
Hold'em knows what's up. Skylar, you would legit die. Like, I'm sure that you can throw a punch, but you don't have legs like they have.
No, I don't. But
I have legs like they have.
You know what?
I'm not going to argue it. It's true.
That is, they got some nice legs. But
all right, is everyone ready? Recording and ready to clap?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yep.
All right, let's clap on 17 minutes.
Who the fuck decided
someone got slappy?
They wanted to throw off my entire recording.
No, you know what? And I want to throw back to that Kangaroo Jack conversation. I can also dodge real quick. I can also dodge real quick, so I can box a kangaroo and win.
All right, Skylar, you're right.
I can tire them out.
I just want to throw it down under the Kangaroo Jack.
No, I don't. I might not be right, but I'll fuck a kangaroo up. Fuck and their baby. Fuck them.
Matt, you want us to reclap?
Did I fuck it up?
No. I think we'll be all right. All right, so this will work for those who listened to, like Balance. This will be kind of like an, it could be a sort of lunar interlude, depending on how you guys want to play it. Currently, I have scenes for you guys prepared based on the cliffhangers I left each of you individually, but you guys could totally take it in a completely different direction if you want.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is a lunar interlude?
That more just like a kind of episode between arcs where everybody kind of gets together, kind of the characters themselves get to talk about what happened and kind of, following resolution of the last arc while also setting up the new one.
As well as character management, although there's much less to do in this game for that than D&D.
Yes.
Yeah, Lunar Interlude is just what it's called in the Adventure Zone balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we just say that because that's
how we all know.
Okay.
For the most part.
So
how we all look at it.
So is it entirely driven by us, or like, because I kind of feel like the where we last left off is kind of hard to like.
I'm still going to throw you guys different scenes and different experiences, but if you guys want to take totally different directions, it's up to you. I actually want to start off with where we last left off to kind of recap. You guys tracked down the Greyhound. You guys learned a little bit more about the Order. You guys learned more about the parasite itself. And while not knowing exactly what is going on, you knew that a parasite infected a three-legged greyhound, and it just went bonkers. And you guys were left to try to attack it and save the people before it could consume even more living creatures. After taking care of that, William was able to become a little more in touch with Vita. Now, being able to call this other voice in his head by name, being able to communicate, and being able to, understand each other a little bit more. Jeremiah got a letter in his PO that was a bit cryptic, unsigned, saying to meet at the Flats Diner with the promise that whoever wrote to Jeremiah knows who's after Jeremiah. Hold'em ended with, coming to the Order and talking about the mission, only to find the twist that that's not the original mission that they saw in their vision that they saw before he did.
What was their original vision again?
They did not share that. So
Okay.
that's already here, but that's not anything that we've talked about yet.
Okay.
And Cliff was left to check out the golf course where the FBI have completely taken over the shed, and where he saw a floating Twinkie being taken out of the vending machine,
Right.
only to see a like gray alien basically appear out of nowhere eating a Twinkie.
I made a cameo.
Only for Cliff to be tackled, thrown to the floor, and be turned invisible as well. Right before being tackled, though, Cliff did send out a text to everybody saying, "This isn't over." Or what? Chris, what was it?
I think we're not done was what I sent out.
Before I jump to Cliff, I want to ask, the three of you get that text. Is there anything you guys immediately do? Or immediately, like, react?
I send back a question mark.
Okay. Okay.
Just like, what?
Okay. I had nothing.
What are you talking about?
I had nothing planned for that. I was just wondering if you guys had any like immediate reactions
To the vaguest text of all time.
Okay, if that's it, then then we will. I'm going to jump back to Cliff, where Cliff, you saw this, big chrome gray alien that was wearing this strange looking kind of wristwatch that seemed to kind of spark and fail as if it was camouflaging this alien. And as the alien basically ran over yelling, "Oh shit, shit, shit," and then tackled you, you are now being threatened by the alien, where as you look around, you can see everything around you, but you yourself are slightly holographic, as if light itself is kind of picking you up, and you can see yourself and the alien very, very faded, but you definitely get the sense that you are now camouflaged wherever you now stand, and you can see the alien pointing the wristwatch at you, kind of sci-fi Star Trek style, as if to like threaten you. And the alien just threatens, "Okay, get up, don't move. We are going to get into your car, and you are going to drive me. Do you understand?"
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. By the way, would it be kind of weird if we start driving the car and no one's behind the wheel? I'm getting the sense I'm not being seen here, and that'd be really, really cool for people to look by, see a car driving by without seeing anyone behind the wheel. That I'm thinking about that imagery. That's movie stuff right there. That's really cool.
Just get to the fucking car.
I get to the car and I put my key in and
okay,
let's go.
Yeah.
Roll.
As you get in, he drops the camouflage. Him being a bit shorter than you, kind of like a child sitting in the front seat, and he puts on a seatbelt. And you now get a better look at him. He's wearing, he's not a completely gray alien. He's wearing a t-shirt and cargo shorts. And
Is this that one fucking movie? What's it called? Paul or something?
Yes.
I'm kind of picturing that alien from American Dad right now.
Okay,
Roger?
A little
Roger.
bit.
Yeah,
Roger.
imagine
Yeah.
somewhere in between Paul and Roger.
Okay.
Who's Paul?
Paul was a Seth Rogen movie, where Seth Rogen basically voiced a gray alien, who just made dick jokes the whole time.
because that's pretty much the comedy that's there, or that's present.
It's kind of
in
like
these
if
movies.
Ted was a gray alien.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
Gotcha.
actually a great comparison.
Yeah, that is a good comparison.
You're welcome.
So you two actually begin to he kind of tells you which directions to go, and you get onto at first, you hop onto one of the main streets and leads down some of the one of the side streets, getting closer to kind of the edge of flats. Is there anything like he is being completely silent other than directions? Do you turn on the radio or anything, or is it just like very awkward silence?
So I think that Cliff at this point he was alarmed by being attacked, but at this point he is just trying to stay as calm as possible because he's already dealt with the weirdest crap in the first arc, and he's just like, okay, well, I guess this is just my life now. And so I think that he's calm enough where he reaches over and tries to turn on like his country music. Or something. I don't know. Like it pops on. It's like Melissa Etheridge or something on. he's maybe like humming to the song a little bit.
You click the radio to turn on the country music, and you see the alien like immediately reacts and like gives a face of like disgust at the country music, and then just immediately turns it off.
Can I investigate or read a bad situation?
Sure, go ahead. Make a roll for it.
That is a 9 plus, or no, -1, so that's an 8.
Womp.
Okay.
And so what? Just remind me what my options are for read a bad situation.
Yeah, give me 1 moment. I'll cut this out.
Penis.
No!
My God.
It's okay. It's being cut out.
No, we have to censor the video.
Let's censor out the video, not the podcast. The video.
Yeah, read it.
Oh
Video.
shit! I'm sorry.
Did you find him, Matt?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, there you go.
7 and 9. You get to hold 1. So you get to ask one of these questions. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims?
Okay. I kind of know what the biggest threat at the moment is, I think.
Do you?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna. Let me ask the room. Or am I allowed to even ask anyone for?
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you guys think? Because I feel like, are there any dangers we haven't noticed? I feel like is maybe the best route to go.
I was thinking what's most vulnerable?
People over
Then
65.
maybe more something else.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no!
Oh no.
No!
I'm glad they said it. I was thinking it.
Because I don't know, like, I think the only victim that I'm thinking about right now is maybe myself and my family. So I don't know. I don't think that what's the best way to protect it. I'm gonna.
Well, then you can think of it like, what's the best way to protect myself?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna do. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed yet? Actually, I want to understand the situation just as a whole. Like, what's currently like leaking over me? Leaking. I didn't mean to say leaking. Lurking.
Yeah, as you're driving, you get a chance to take a look at the little gray alien next to you, and you kind of size him up. You get a look at the kind of futuristic looking watch on his wrist, and it's a very strange looking device that seems to just have like a couple buttons and like a simple dial, and it doesn't look like it is in the best repair. You look him up and down as well. It doesn't seem like he has anything else on him, and in terms of like stature and like physical, like physical size, you're definitely bigger than him, but you do notice that there is something in his pocket while all the others look empty. And you get worried for a moment as he actually reaches into the pocket and pulls it out and takes a bite of another Twinkie. So there's no other dangers that you have not that you've noticed. Seems like this is kind of it.
I as I'm driving, I just say to the alien, if you were short for money, I could have gotten you the Twinkie for you. I mean, to rob the machine, that's a little extreme there.
Well, it's not like I could exactly just walk up and ask for $1 now, could I?
Maybe I would have. I don't know, man. I've been through a lot of crap in the last few days. I think seeing you would be the least of my issues at this point.
He interrupts for a moment and points immediately to the left and just says, "Turn here." And you look and you are on this side street, kind of actually, and to the left is just all desert. And he kind of points where like you can see like a shorter cactus with like a kind of star formation at the top. And he just points to the left and just says to turn towards that.
And I do so.
All right, you begin to drive down into the desert, and as you walk, it is still, the morning, so the sun is still beating down, and I feel at this point like the country music has like made it back on, but it's just at like a very low volume just to keep from like the silence. And at one point,
just real quick. Actually, finish what you're gonna say because I have another question that just after the fact.
Sure. As you're driving for about a couple minutes, the music starts to become a bit staticky, and until the music is completely lost. Why? What were we gonna ask?
What happened to my cell phone? I know I think I lost it, right? Like when it knocked down, the phone got knocked out of my hands. Was that?
I would say you still have it.
I still have it. Okay. Not that I would do much to help me right now because I probably don't have any reception. But I would. Okay. I wanted to know whether or not I had my phone on me still.
Okay. You know what? I'll even give you this too. As you're driving and the static starts to hit the radio, you manage to kind of take a peek at your phone, and you see like a 5-bar connection, and immediately as the static like completely takes over the radio, it drops to no signal at all.
Neat.
And as you begin to drive up what would have just been kind of the hazy heat ahead of the desert, you begin to notice now where there was nothing before, you see 2 kind of structures in front of you about 100 feet away. There's one that's this much larger, almost circular kind of possibly vehicle or machine that sits, that's about like 1 o'clock in front of you. And a bit to the left of that is what looks like some homemade, like smaller built antenna that seems to be plugged into the bigger object. And as you drive up to it, and the signal is lost, you immediately just hear the alien next to you just take this sigh of relief, just, okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. I just did not want to be anywhere where I'm gonna be seen or heard, or I don't know, where you could call somebody. I don't interact with a lot of people, so this is really new for me. I'm kind of sorry for threatening you, Because you know what? I'll because I want to. I saw the whole monster thing. That would at the golf course, and that was, whoa boy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
oh man. So I figured if you guys were used to weirder kind of stuff, I could maybe get away with talking to one of you, because and you guys are starting to get close to the bigger machine on the right, because I need some stuff.
Well, I mean, I you gotta understand, this is very strange for me. Everything.
Oh
that's
yeah,
happened,
I totally.
It has happened.
Dude, I totally. Like, could you imagine if I was just chilling and then on my home planet and you just popped up out of nowhere and tackled me? I'd be like, what?
Yeah, yeah. No, you get it. You get it.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, what's your name?
Okay. My name's Jesse.
Hi, Jesse.
That's not my real name. My real name is a little hard for you guys to pronounce, so I figured I would just go with Jesse, and I've kind of been stuck here for about 16 and a half years.
Wow. And you haven't been caught this whole time. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
You guys make it to the thing on the right, and it looks like a kind of stereotypical UFO, but it looks like it is in shambles. It looks like the whole front of it is a bit busted and dented, and it's about a little bit bigger than the car.
Okay.
And
I'm sorry.
no, you're all good. And the alien jumps out of the car and opens up the door, and kind of like Rick and Morty, like Rick's car, like he opens the door to the UFO, and just cans and wrappers and just garbage kind of pours out, as if he's just been living out of his car for 16 years.
Wow.
Hey, mi casa, you're also casa. So,
You're also Casa.
yeah.
My house, you are also house.
You are also a house.
You are also house.
Wow. What happened to you? How did you end up here?
Oof. I'm from a little planet nearby. I think you guys call it Mars.
Oh, no way! We know a lot about Mars
yo,
here. Yeah, we've been trying to discover water up here. Sure enough, we have life on Mars. That's you know what? That's interesting. That's good to know.
Yeah, so I actually technically landed here about 2,563 years ago.
I thought you just said 16.
And I was kind of cryogenically frozen for a while, and that kind of was busted for a while, and then I got kicked out of that about 16 years ago. And a lot of my stuff fell about a few hundred miles in a different direction, and I think that's what your government calls Area 51. And so I've just been living here. I've been kind of chilling, watching, cable and television, and that's where I learned to pick up the English language. I have internet out here, so I get to... I've learned a lot of human culture from the internet. And
yes.
Yeah.
That's not the best place to learn about our culture, but it's a start. It's a start.
Yeah, so most of my entertainment and people I know are YouTubers, streamers, people on cable, some Full House here and some Breaking Bad there.
Okay.
So I've really just been kind of staying here, watching my stories, and just kind of popping into the nearby town for food and stuff. But I think I've been here a while, and I think I gotta get out of here.
Jesse, this has been quite the revelation, and I have a question for you, because we are all kind of reeling after what happened.
Yeah. Also, you've been really surprisingly more chill with this than
Trust
I
me,
thought you'd be.
if you look at my legs right now, they are vibrating. It is. I'm just being honest with you. I still think you're gonna vaporize me, but if you could, do you have any idea what that thing was? If we could find out, just because I am petrified that that's gonna happen again, and something's gonna happen to me or my family.
That's not a thing that normally happens on Earth.
No. I mean, I feel like if you watch,
For real?
maybe if you watch a lot of cable,
Holy
maybe, but this is the first time this has happened in here. I mean,
oh shit!
Yeah.
I thought that was y'all had what humans react to I don't know there's a rat in the shed. Oh no, there's a giant man-eating dog in the shed.
No, this is unnormal. This is not normal.
A lot of stuff in sheds.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I saw the shed and I saw you guys shoot it, and I just thought it was a normal kind of thing. I thought it was y'all got all those breeds of dogs, so I just thought it was another dog breed or something.
Yeah, if that was normal, I would not have had a breakdown when I first saw that.
Not to interject, but I feel like Jesse's super chill, and so I feel that maybe over his 16 last years, did he discover a fun plant native to the Americas by any chance? Can
I investigate a mystery to see if by any chance he has had the marijuanas?
Yeah, sure, and you can also use that +1 moving forward from your original read a bad situation if you want.
Sure. Alright, it's an 8. Is this just investigate a mystery? Alright, that's also -1, but I could add 1. So once again, it's an 8.
Okay.
Wow, that was thrilling. What a roller coaster.
There. I just sent you the questions. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where'd it go? What was it do?
What is being concealed here?
Are you high?
Yeah, what is being concealed here?
Show me
What
your
are
eyes.
you consuming?
Let
me smell your breath.
What is being concealed here? I think you definitely get the sense that whatever his species is supposed to eat is not supposed to be human junk food. And the fact that he's been living on sugar and human junk food for the past, let me check my watch, decade, I think has been very has definitely changed the way that he would normally act. Sugar's pretty it's nice. God, you guys make some sweet food.
Okay,
Trust me, Jesse. And Cliff taps his stomach like a dad would, to show off his beer
I know
belly.
my way around Drake's box.
I know a few Twinkies here and there. Okay, I understand.
So what was going on with that dog?
This is kind of why I wanted to ask you, because to be honest with you, all I know it was a dog that consumed other dogs and became a big monster, and almost consumed. I believe it did consume a human or two as well, and it was just a man-eating monster that we're not used to here in Nevada. So I I would just say that we still don't have a clue, and it's kind of scary, and we're just hoping that anyone could tell us what happened in this situation.
Wow. Yeah, I got no clue.
Okay, great, cool, wonderful.
Yeah,
But-
my planet was going through like a whole like we were chilling. Everybody, they had like a whole like cities and everything, and then everybody just started kind of going crazy. We had like a whole Armageddon thing, and I kind of just jumped ship and kind of just left. And I went for the closest planet, and I guess I made it.
Yeah, you definitely did. Well,
Yeah, some shit got fucked up.
Yeah.
My cryogenic shit, like I said. So probably everybody I knew in my lifetime is probably dead. Yeah, it happens.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. Listen,
I'm sorry, I haven't talked to anybody in like over 10 years. So this is like really nice.
I'm glad I could serve that, be your outlet for that. I am just, as we've already discussed, this is a lot, but you seem very nice, and I take a liking to good individuals in the world, and so I would love to help you in any case and try to figure out where your other spaceship parts went. Now, but I would also, do you have anything that if we were to get into a weird situation again, that in return you could lend to us to take on what we think might be alien, basically evil aliens. Not you're good alien. I would fight evil aliens.
Okay, so here's what I think we can kind of do for each other. I have some prowess with being able to build and being able to make certain things, but for me, a lot of the time, I just need parts and materials. I don't have either the physical strength to lift a lot of things, or it's more just nobody wants to just see like working at a hardware store and like that hammer and screwdriver are just floating out the front door.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Yeah, in fact, like, I'm sorry for scaring you. Like, this whole bracelet thing, like, it doesn't do any harm. It, like, only turns me invisible. So I'm sorry for giving you, like, that scare. I just really just didn't want to, like, get punched in the face.
I
because
understand.
You could probably take me very easily.
Look, well, that's really nice of you to say. Some people say I can't hurt a fly, so, I appreciate
But I
that.
figured, like, if you guys could, like, get me some stuff that I need, I would be happy to, update anything for you, or, try to put something together. Because, like, I have a lot of junk lying around that I can probably throw together. But the issue is I just need specific things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we could get you some crafting materials, and we could figure out a way to make something. Do you need any, like, I guess what we could do is we'll hopefully we won't need anything else to gear up. Hopefully this was the only monster, and there's no, like, underlying plot that there's gonna be more monsters later, so let's just hope that was the only monster. But in case there is more monsters, we'll come back to you, and we'll let you know if we need anything. But
here, you know what? I'll tell you what. I could, if you have something in mind, I could make you something now, and as just like a sign of friendship, because I'm sure this is all really weird. So I'm just trying to be open here. You kind of know where my whole secret stuff is, and I'll make you something.
Right.
Here, and he pulls out a piece of paper, and he writes down some stuff. and hands you kind of like a shopping list, and just hands it to you. And you could read it aloud if you want.
Yeah,
there it is.
Alright, car battery, a plunger, a pearl, and Zim Zam Zoom hot pickle chips.
Yeah.
But I get the. I mean, the other three stuff is they're kind of weird altogether too. But why exactly the pickle chips again?
Well, those actually contain a very important ingredient that, because of the way that the zinc and the fluoride actually mixes within, not only for the flavor of the pickle chips, because of the way that the flavor mixes with the pickle flavor, it can also be used if broken down for interplanetary fuel, which is kind of interesting. But I need more of that.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'll see if we could do something with this. You know what? I'm gonna. Am I able to just like get in the car and go, or is there any other like weird? Do I have like phase through a wall or something?
No, you're all good, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna chill out here.
Alright.
I know you had those like 3 other friends. I'd rather you not tell that like FBI dude about me.
Sure.
Cause that woof. But those other 3 people, they seem fine. Cause I mean they saw like all the weird stuff that you saw.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they wouldn't be like so thrown off, I guess.
Yeah. I could definitely. I think that I'm gonna need their help in completing a task like this. And yeah, again, Jesse, thank you so much for not killing me. I appreciate that. By any chance,
thanks for not killing me too, man.
Yeah, by any chance, what is your full name?
Oh,
Jesse Katsopoulos.
what?
Jesse Katsopoulos.
I swear to God.
Mr. Mistopheles.
Mr. Mistopheles.
No, Katsopoulos.
Oh yeah. Well, my native tongue name was.
Same.
But like I said, you could just call me.
Are you sure you don't want to be called that? Because I think I could make the attempt.
Nah. Like I'd rather just like everybody's gonna butcher it.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? That's okay. I get it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jesse. And I go to the car and I sit there, turn on my Melissa Etheridge, and drive away.
Okay. Just like, wow, what a nice alien.
Yeah. I'm just like I think I maybe cleaned up the pee in my pants a little bit, but that's about it. You know?
That's what people say to me.
What a nice alien.
Nice alien.
Nice.
Even though I was born here.
What a nice young man.
Even though I was born here.
Okay. I mean, if you guys can handle it, you guys can also like jump in a little more to talk about what's going on with other people too. I'd love to hear your guys' reactions too to just this stupid shit.
Yeah, I didn't want to take too much from Chris's scene, but
I just was like, I felt like it would not have been fun if Cliff was just shitting his pants the entire time, so I tried to implement some element of him being scared, but also try to keep it cool as much as possible as he's talking to a gray alien that he's never seen before.
So I assume that we would react when Cliff tries and comes to explain this whole thing to us, but
oh yeah, no, that'll be
Okay.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that works.
well, we react as ourselves rather than our characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our own our own personal reactions to whatever this is happening here.
Got you.
Okay.
I definitely love the. I really hope that Jesse's cool. Like I am hoping that he does not become a bad guy, because I think Cliff, for whatever reason, just is easily trusting him right now.
He's just like the chillest, like just gray Martian ever, just like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? How you doing?
All right, I want to jump to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, you just got the text. It's not over.
All right, so
I think no, I keep messing up the message. You got that, and then you saw like Hold'em just send another message like question mark.
wait, what was that?
We're not done is the text.
Right. I got that. And then I thought that Matt said I got another one.
I just sent a question.
Yeah, you'll in the group chat. You also see Holden's little response of a question.
Oh, it's a group message. It's not like he one-off texted us. We have like a little like.
Yeah, you have your little like
on.
monster hunting group
You
chat.
mean like A
That was the first message.
Okay.
from Pretty Little Liars? Okay.
So I don't respond. I don't text back. I read it, but I'm pretty sure I like finish my whiskey, and I get up and I just grab my keys and walk out the door.
Okay. You also got that letter in the mail. I just sent the text of just like what's written on it. It is this handwritten, just with ink on a piece of paper with no signature, and nothing. Just I know who's after you. Meet me at the Flats Diner, 11 a.m. I'll find you.
What time is it now?
I'd say it's about.
8 o'clock.
I mean, Cliff stuff happened a bit earlier in the morning. I would say this is about like, maybe like 9:30, 10 a.m. depending on when Jeremiah gets going.
Did I just lose everybody, or are you just cutting out? Is everybody hearing Matt okay?
Matt just cut out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry, I just cut out because I had an alarm that went off. I would
Okay.
say it's about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, or unless Jeremiah gets up later than that.
Let's say it's like 10:45 and I'm heading to the diner.
Okay.
Because like
You're
9
like-
o'clock doesn't really give me time to like go find where the hell Cliff is if I want to meet my 11 o'clock. So I got to manage my time correctly. So let's just say I'm drinking whiskey at 10:45 in the morning and I get in my car because that's safe.
Okay. Yeah, I think, yeah, you get there fine. You don't really notice anything out of the ordinary as you're driving down there. As you make it to the Flats Diner, you just grab a booth that's simply enough, and you are left there waiting. And as you are waiting, the waitress, Julia, the same one who you guys kind of saved in the alleyway, comes over and offers you coffee. Does Jeremiah drink coffee?
Decaf.
Okay. Good. I'm
Why
glad
is that
Jeremiah.
funny?
I don't know. Jeremiah feels like such a crackhead. I feel like he would like drink caffeine.
Ow! Why? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever. Decaf.
That was like my only reaction to it. So Julia comes up. Hey Jeremiah, what you waiting for?
Meeting a friend.
What you doing? Meeting a friend? Any idea what happened with that the Greyhound from a few days ago?
As far as I know, it left town.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got blown up by a Molotov cocktail. Also known as Left Town.
Flashback to giant blood explosion. Yeah, it left town.
I'm not one for like. I don't think Jeremiah is one for like getting into deep details about anything. So saying it left town isn't wrong.
It left town, yeah. Fair.
It's not wrong. It's just subtle.
I just want to pause for a moment. I can't find my notes on the people who are after Jeremiah, the sheriff and the.
There's too many people going after Jeremiah.
No, it's just the two of them.
There's two people. There's my ex-wife, Cassandra James,
Oh, okay.
Oh, that bitch. I know.
and there's Roy Mescombe.
Your political rival.
I don't remember if he was a political
No.
rival or if he was a sheriff, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
sheriff.
it's-
Yeah.
Because I'm a
Cassandra
failed
James?
politician.
Right.
Cassandra
And-
James is my wife.
Okay.
And then
Roy
Roy
Mescombe.
Mescombe.
Yeah,
the sheriff.
Roy Mescombe is like a sheriff who made it like his personal mission
Made it
to
personal.
hunt you down. Yeah, and I think you also know that Roy is also like a sheriff from the town that you were mayoring.
Yes.
Yeah,
And he, while I was doing my dirty politician work, Roy always had my number, but he could never quite stick it to me. And then I fled before he was ever really able to put, like, the cuffs on me. And so he's, like, totally strung out on the concept of finally getting me. So he's, like, my nemesis. I don't really care too much, because I don't think he's ever going to get me, but he's got it in his head that I'm, like, his nemesis. And then
he's like my nemesis, my one true enemy, and you're like,
yeah.
who are you?
I'm like, whatever, dude. You gotta do what you gotta do. And then
Do you have
there's
an
my...
Did y'all hear something?
Yeah. And then
Do you have an
there's
idea?
my ex-wife. Sorry.
Who your real nemesis is.
No, who, like, we didn't end on good terms, but I still hold a flame for her.
She pays your alimony checks.
I definitely bounced, and all of my checks definitely bounced also, so...
Do you have like any name for the town you were previously from, or do you think we'll just make that up on the spot?
I don't remember... You can take it. You make it up on the spot.
Oh, thanks.
Unless you're drained, and I can make it up on the spot.
Oh, I can
come
look it
up with shit.
It's the town of Joe.
Joe.
It's Joe Mama.
God, we can edit her out, right? Okay,
All right. Guess what? Now
Give
the
her, like,
town's
a
named.
snack or something?
Guess what? Now the town is named Joe Mama.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
No, the town is
Jeremiah
named
from Jamama.
Joe. The town is named Joe.
No.
And then you're like, Joe Mama.
Skylar, can you please?
So, you know, like, Jeremiah's feeling a little bit of the same frustration as he's just been kind of just sitting there waiting for a few minutes. It's now like 11:05, 11:08, and Julia comes back, gives you another cup of decaf. Still waiting? Do you want to order anything?
What's your pie specials?
Now I gotta pull up a fucking diner menu.
No,
Kelsey?
just named like 3 pies. Lemon, pecan, and
We
blueberry.
got lemon, pecan, and blueberry, of course.
I think I'll pass, but you got any of those pickle chips that you had imported a while back?
No, I'm sorry. We just ran out of the Zim Zam Zoom hot pickle chips.
Do you know when you'll be getting them back?
Might be a little while. I think you could probably get some down at the grocery store, maybe
Alright,
down the
I'll
street a little.
I'll stop on my way back. The decaf's fine for now.
Okay. I also figured maybe we can talk a little bit about why I wrote you that letter.
Excuse me?
And she takes the apron off, puts down the pot of coffee, and sits down across from you at the diner. I basically live and breathe this diner. And a lot of information comes through here. Anybody who comes for a meal or somewhere to sit down, they go to the Flats Diner. And I hear...
Matt, you're just cutting in and out a little bit, so I'm hearing like every like 4th or 5th word.
Sure, I'll repeat myself. Anybody who comes in and out of Flats, they come looking for a bite to eat or a place to stay, and they end up somewhere at the Flats Diner at some point or another. Okay. And a lot of information comes in and out. And I happened to learn just a little bit about Flats' newer member, Jeremiah Sherman LeClaire. And I'm to understand there are 2 individuals looking for you.
You said 2 individuals?
Yeah.
Is this information that's going to come to me fairly, or do you need something from me?
I want to know what actually happened to that dog. Because that was no ordinary dog.
I don't know if it's wise that we have this conversation here.
Alright. Come with me. And she leads you actually back to that back alley again. Where you guys originally, met her for the first time. There's no cameras out here. When I used to smoke, I liked to come out here and kind of get away for a moment. But there was this little 3-legged greyhound that would come by, and I'd give him little, some extra fries or some, an extra treat. And he came by that one day, and he just devoured a squirrel with an unhinged jaw. And that doesn't normally happen. So
you're telling me you saw all that and you haven't taken up smoking again?
No. Luckily, I've I considered it, But depending on what you tell me, I may or may not pick it up again.
I don't want that on my head.
Then don't worry about it. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you.
Really funny. You're just like, all right, this is a hole that we're going down, and you know what? Forget it. Just tell me what I want to know.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a little bit about the two people coming after you if you tell me the truth.
I don't think I can tell you the whole truth because I don't think I know it.
All right, give me a best shot.
The dog you were feeding was the dog you were feeding until it wasn't. There's something in town that infected the dog, but I don't quite know all of the nitty-gritty details about it. We got to a point where it was us versus the dog, and the dog left town. It left town via an explosion.
Left town via explosion.
Via explosion. But rest assured, it was not the little dog you were feeding fries to. It was definitely the thing that swallowed the rodents whole. And as far as I'm aware at this time, that is the end of that situation. And that is the God's honest truth.
Okay. I knew something felt off in Flats. But I'm gonna have to find out what I know. And I'll see what I find out. Now, I heard a conversation. There were two individuals that came through the Flats diner. One all fancied up as some sheriff, and one cranky looking lady.
Cassandra.
And Cassandra.
Cassandra. That sounds like my Sandy.
And I overheard the two of them discussing how they got a little tip about Jeremiah Sherman LeClaire being somewhere in this town. Now, I would never give any of that kind of information away, but I'd watch who you talk to, because it sounds like somebody has it out for you.
Could I ask you a question?
Shoot.
Did they look cozy?
Now, what do you mean?
Did the sheriff and the woman look like an item? Or did it look like it was more business than personal?
Cool.
I want you to roll to manipulate somebody to get this information.
I told her
Did
what
they
happened
look
to the
cozy?
fucking dog. She just tell me. God, that's not good. What is it? My charm?
It is plus charm,
Charm.
yeah.
Alright, 1 second.
This might still be salvageable.
So I have two things here. I have my charm is +2, but then I have something here that says added charm 8.
Whoa! Added
It's
charm 8.
From the original sheet that you sent me, because I lost mine.
Oh. Well, you did make the deal with the devil.
That's exactly where that added charm 8 comes from, it looks like. It's a skill added charm 8 and sharp 1, but then I also have...
Oh, I'm sorry. That's added charm plus sharp 1.
Of course.
There's
Okay,
the little,
fine.
like, ampersand. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's an
so
ampersand,
you do
okay.
have a +3 to charm, and you have a +2 to sharp, which brings up your roll to a 7.
And it is good? Is it a good number?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
And-
That's good.
This makes
Yeah, and she looks at you and she says, "Now that was the funny thing. He had this kind of look in his face, like he would open the door for her, and like he was ready to fall in front of her."
I'm sorry, Matt. I don't mean to keep stopping you. Can you just repeat that? Because you cut out again.
Yeah, he had this Roy, that sheriff-looking fella. He had this kind of look in his eye, like he was ready to fall for this lady. Like he was ready to open the door and put his coat down, real gentleman type. But I don't think that that little lady was having too much of it. She looked like she was here with a vengeance.
That's my Sandy.
She wants her alimony check.
And Roy ain't
So-
no gentleman, so you've given me the answer I wanted.
I don't know. He seemed, I don't know. He treated me like just a waitress, but he definitely treated that other lady a little differently.
Thank you for the information, Julia. But you don't know Roy Mescombe like I know Roy Mescombe.
No, just a heads up, they're looking for you.
I appreciate it. If I
And
find out anything more about that pooch, I'll let you know.
and if you ever have any questions or want any information, you come to me, all right? But
Thank you, little lady. Let me
you
know
might
when.
want something in return.
Let me know when those pickle chips come in.
I will. I know you love those pickle chips.
Everyone loves those pickle chips.
Okay, and I tip my hat and I walk back to my car, and I'm pretty sure I'm sober after those couple of cups of decaf.
Go back to just
By the time that I get back to my car and I look at my phone, can I say that since that point there's quite a few new messages in the group chat giving us an idea that we have to meet Cliff, or is that am I too much? Am I hosting
I think
too much?
there might be.
Okay.
We'll see how everybody else reacts.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, I actually want to jump to William. William, you've gotten, the 2 texts in your little group chat at this point. Did anybody name like the group chat anything, or is it
Goldfish
just like
cracker
everybody's
fuckers.
numbers?
The outside joke has become come to the inside.
I'll let you
What?
guys live in whatever world
I,
you want.
I don't know what I meant by that.
Go Cubs, are you okay?
Don't know.
I still don't know what that means, by the way.
I don't.
Well,
either.
our joke outside the podcast came into the podcast is what I meant. I just said it in a
That's alright.
fucking dumb.
No, it's okay. We forgive you.
Yeah, I'll just
Saw
let you
the way
guys.
that made me uncomfortable.
I'll just let you guys live in whatever world you want to live in, and we'll move on. William, you are in your apartment. You had your kind of conversation with Vita the night before. I think you've been kind of taking like, it's kind of today is kind of a Saturday, so you wouldn't have any school anybody. But I think you've been kind of taking a moment away from work and school to just get kind of shit under wraps and figure out what's going on.
Definitely.
And only the night before was everything that happened at Kathy's Crazy Critters. I hate
With
that.
C's?
Something
I think
like
that
that.
was-
Thank God
It's been a
thank God
while.
it burned to the ground.
Kathy with a C, I hope.
Please.
Oh no.
And is there anything you replied to in your little group chat?
Um,
Or are you just gonna like wait for a moment, see if anything happens?
I feel like William would be the type of person to leave his phone on silent for too long, so he wouldn't notice it at first.
Okay. I think without noticing it at first, and do you think William would kind of sleep in after the crazy night before, or do you think he'd
Yes,
be kind
definitely.
of up? Okay. Then I think you're actually woken up in your apartment at a knock at the door.
I just kind of slog out of bed and make myself look at least half presentable before I go answer the door.
Okay. I think as you're like getting dressed too, you get like a second knock at the door. Like a little annoying, but like it definitely seems like somebody on the other side is like, it's not like a like they definitely want to just like talk to whoever's on the other side.
Let's just answer that door.
Okay. As you open the door, you see this younger girl, probably like late high school, early college age. Very
She hot.
very well dressed, and just like very big smile, kind of very like very filled with energy, and she immediately shakes, like, you're coming to the door like straight out of bed, and it looks like she's probably been up since like 7 a.m. and she's like, "Hi, my name is Jamie Jones. I'm very excited to meet you." And do you take her hand to give a handshake?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of like all over the place, very energetic handshake. I actually work for the Flats High School newspaper, and I've been going door to door about the event that happened last night at Kathy's, Crazy Critters, and I just going door to door. I want to know if you knew anything.
I actually would probably want to play it dumb just to make myself not like. What's the word?
No, I get
Suspicious.
Yeah, suspicious. Yeah. So yeah, just kind of play them like, oh, what happened? Like, what kind of stuff was going on?
Well, at least the story that, the government's telling is that there was a gas leak, and so they completely just covered up the entire store, but I had a couple eyewitnesses telling me that they saw a helicopter land in the parking lot, that they heard an explosion go off, but now people are claiming that was possibly the gas leak that happened, and the entire like shopping bodega is closed down. And she kind of takes a second and looks at you, and she's like, it's William, right? I live a couple doors down. I think I've seen you come in and out a little bit. That's your name, right?"
I kind of sheepishly nod and say, "Yeah."
Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to get to talk to you a little more. Have you noticed anything like weird going on in Flats or anything, or maybe any kind of stories?
No, not that I've noticed. I've just been kind of doing my own thing, focusing on my studies, so I don't really know what else to say.
Okay, all right. Kind of like looks a little bit disappointed. Okay, well, thank you. And I don't know, it feels like something's off, you know?
Just kind of start to sweat nervously. Just okay, time to go, and yeah, just kind of stammers and excuse me, shuts the door.
Okay, you just kind of like just slam the door in her face.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I think like kind of cinematically, you kind of the rest of us would kind of see like her. She kind of like very disappointedly, kind of just like looks down and is about to walk off. As you go to close the door, you hear these like very loud footsteps coming from the other side of the hallway, and immediately you just hear this voice yell out, "Hey, Jamie!" And you hear the steps come closer to where your door was, and you can hear Jamie on the other side. "Oh, hi, hey, Robbie, what do you want?" And you just hear this man on the other side. "What the fuck? I haven't been able to find you. Where have you been?" I've been here, and I've been at school. And you just hear these two just begin to just argue it out in front of your front door, and you definitely get the vibe from this guy, like, definitely probably older than this girl, maybe even, like, how old would you say William is?
Definitely his early to mid 20s.
Yeah. This guy's definitely like around there, probably like mid-20s. Does your door have like? Does it have like a peephole?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you look?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can see these two arguing, and you see this guy with longer hair wearing this like beaten up jacket and like shitty jeans and sneakers, and he is just like yelling at this like high school girl about how she's like been trying to blow him off, and how uh he's claiming that she owes him money when she's saying that she doesn't. And um Jamie, you fucking listen to me. I don't care if you want to go out with your fucking girlfriends. You can't fucking blow me off like that, or else there's gonna be some consequences, alright? And just like back and forth, and it's becoming from this vibe of like a couple arguing to this very much more serious, high intensity situation. Why don't you roll to read a bad situation for me?
Okay. What is it? 2d6.
Yep. Yeah, and you're gonna add plus sharp.
5 plus 1, 6.
Okay.
Well, you level up.
Yeah. You level up, so
Yay.
you get to mark +1 experience.
Hooray.
I think you see this guy, Robbie, get extremely frustrated, and while Jamie's just going on, you don't fucking own me. I'm not your responsibility. Alright? How about you fucking leave me alone, Rob? And Rob just grabs her by the front of her shirt, and just like you hear the loud just thump as it hits the side of the wall, as he kind of pins her for a moment, and he actually pulls out a switchblade, and he says, "You don't fucking talk to me like that. Do you understand me?" And she just kind of, with a hand on her throat, and he kind of waves the switchblade side to side, and then drops her with his other hand, and kind of shaking at this point, he collects himself for a moment and puts the knife away. You answer your fucking phone, alright? And he walks away. And this girl, Jamie, kind of just collects herself off the floor, and kind of looks at her list of papers in front of her, and you can see this list of other addresses, and she just puts it away and just walks back to her apartment and just shuts the door behind her. And as the scene ends, you hear Vita's voice in the back of your head. William, what happened?
I something's obviously going on between those two, and I feel like since it was in front of my door, I kind of have to do something about it. At least talk to her for like a second or something.
We could kill him.
Yes.
Now. It doesn't have to come to that right away. And during
Me too. I believe he should die.
During the whole situation, William himself did get like okay, yeah, this guy needs to die, but it's kind of like it's like something that he's never felt before, but he it's still like something that was in the back of his mind during it.
Okay. Okay, William. I will follow your lead. We could kill him.
That's definitely a possibility.
So what do you do?
Well, I feel like my only choice is to knock on her door and just try to talk to her because I feel kind of bad for just kind of shutting the door on her like that.
Okay. As you knock on the door, you kind of wait for a moment, and the door opens, but well, you actually hear like you take a second and you realize she's probably like looking through the peephole. You hear the chain unlock off the door, and she kind of opens it slightly ajar. What can I help you?
Well, I wanted to apologize because I didn't mean to be so rude back when you were asking me those questions, and I just
Oh, you saw that. You heard all that, didn't you? I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
no, it's okay. It's just like do you do you need help or anything? Like, is there anything I can do or?
No, I can handle him. It's fine. It's okay. Um uh it's just hard. I don't know. I want to write something, and it nothing fucking happens in this town. I don't know. Maybe I just talk to the wrong people.
Um, and I kind of pause for a second, and I think to Vita, like, should I at least give her some information so she can go off of, or like, I'm not going to tell her everything, but something.
That's up to you, man.
Uh, I'll just give her some details so that she can at least get something done. Like, are we just gonna do this like in the hallway or like?
Well, what do you want to do? You can tell her to like. I mean, she's kind of just like standing in her door. Why do you tell her that you have something to tell her?
Yes.
Oh, what is it?
Well, I actually kind of was a witness during the whole incident, and I wanted to tell you that I probably could give you some insight to it.
You see, kind of her eyes like light up for a moment, and she like kind of fumbles and like goes inside for a moment and pulls out like a small little notebook. What happened? Because nobody's told me anything else that they've seen.
This is where it gets tricky. How do I need you guys' help? Like, how do I word this without actually giving everything away?
I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to think. Like, what do you want to reveal?
Like, obviously not the whole like.
I mean, you could totally like lie to her. I like it is totally up to you what you want to say, what you want to do.
Also,
I don't want to.
Also, if you want some journalism jargon, you could ask to talk off the record.
Yeah, let's do that.
So that way, your name is not in the newspaper.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, Mr. Editor.
Just saying. Listen, that's my past life, but you know.
You still know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So yeah. Do you think I could be?
Or if you don't feel comfortable role playing to talk about it, you can just like talk about the stuff that William says and doesn't like how much he reveals.
No, I can do it. It's just I'm trying to figure out the wording for it without giving everything away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll just tell her everything. Um, like, once again, it's at an impulse, but I just kind of do it. So, I so it this whole thing started because of a greyhound, and it's I know this is gonna sound crazy, and it is, but there's this kind of a creature, I guess, that can take the form of anything that it gets from the host, and it took that form of the greyhound, and it just started eating first small rodents, but then it started eating dogs, and this whole thing happened at the junkyard, where it then culminated into this whole fiasco that happened at the pet store, and everything just blew up, and yeah, I'm obviously leaving some details out, but it's it happened just yesterday. Okay. At this moment, he's like, "What the fuck did I just say?"
Do you want to come in and we could sit down and we could talk for a little bit?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you want to end it there, or do you want to keep going?
No, let's end it there.
Okay.
Yeah, this. She's gonna write this story, and it's gonna be according to my sources, and then this wild ass story is printed in the newspaper, and she's gonna be kicked off for fiction.
Off the records, I've gotten a anonymous tip that there are aliens and monsters. And...
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess it could be some form of cover, because it kind of sounds too fantastical for it to be real. So,
okay,
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm sorry.
We'll find out.
We'll find out if you know what you're doing.
Hello, everybody. It's been a while since the last table party episode. School and graduation and the world has been crazy, and I'm really excited to be getting back into these. I wanted to plug Virtual Ball Boys, the show that Matt and Chris hosts on the channel, as they're going to be doing a video game fantasy draft, which is going to be a lot of fun, where they're taking video game characters, and myself and 7 other people are going to draft whatever video game characters that we want into a fictional team. They've been making fictional teams so far on their show, and now that we get to pick these teams, they're going to be taking dice roleplay elements and use those to figure out how these games go. So if you've never listened to their show before, I would highly suggest giving a listen to it now, as if you're interested in dice and role-playing and improv, I think that even if you don't know football, you would still get a kick out of it. I also wanted to plug the characters that appeared in this episode, the new NPCs. Jessie is named after Jess. You can follow them at JTM209 on Instagram. Jamie was named after at JamieLeon105 on Twitter and Instagram. And Robbie was named after Roberto at HeyRobbieHey on Twitter. If you want to be a part of the show, share the show with the hashtag #TableParty. That way you can be an NPC and a part of our journey. Leave a like, a comment, or a review, and let us know what it is you like. I would really appreciate it. I also just wanted to say, please stay safe, be smart, and be careful, and continue to fight. This isn't coming from a brand or company. It's from us as individuals. We see you and we hear you and we stand with you and we love you. Thank you guys for everything that you do. And thank you for listening, and I'm really excited to be getting more episodes rolling. Love you all. And now back to the table party. Okay, so to jump to Matt. Last we left off, you were, I think I imagined it where you were kind of in the break room and you were like talking with Tex about how the mission went and how Tex kind of dropped like that's not what she heard that the mission was about at all. She talked about how there was like a grocery store and there was like some bad food or something, but that was all there was originally, and that's where we kind of left off. You
Yes.
again, then like immediately on that note, you got a text from Cliff that was, "It's not over," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, for some reason not connecting the two things.
And Tex is just like, we need to talk to the Order or something. We need to figure this out because this isn't. Okay, so you guys kind of open up the fridge to the secret entrance and walk down to what would be, like. You know what? I'm going to draw this out, but eventually. But for right now, it is like a big kind of auditorium cavern, and in the center is this big, pool of water, and in front of the pool of water, of course, there's plenty of space. And as you walk in, it's almost humorous where there's a table and there are little party hats, and everybody's like there in their cloaks, and you even see like the leader who as Ace, who one of his, very old man, bald, shaved head. One of his eyes is like you could tell like he probably doesn't see through it anymore, like it's scarred over. The one who originally gave the mission, and he has like a little party hat on, and they're all just like, you walk in and they're like, "Congratulations, you did your first mission, woo!"
This is much less mysterious than when I got the mission.
This round.
And with all the other shit, like, I just need to like process this for a second. Like, okay.
No, people come up to you and they're like, "Hey, Hold'em, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations, Hold'em. We're really proud of you."
Thanks. So there's something you guys should know.
Yes.
That the vision that y'all saw wasn't what I saw and what we had to face.
I think Ace immediately kind of steps up. "What? Hold'em, what do you mean?"
So Tex mentioned something about a grocery store in the vision that I saw a dog, and there was this greyhound who was like possessed by something and absorbing a bunch of other like animals and shit, and we blew it up with a Molotov cocktail. It was fucking sweet, but yeah, it was.
Record scratch.
What you saw isn't what I had to do.
The whole party room just goes completely silent.
Yeah, sorry for souring the mood, but I feel like this is more.
You now see like Jack kind of step up. What? So, Ace, what was the original vision the 10 of you saw? The council oversees the vision the night before, and we gave it to Hold'em in the morning, and we saw a vision of a grocery store and the packaged meat and people getting ill, and we figured that would be simple enough. But this, Hold'em, I'm sorry, we had no idea. This is very strange. The only way that anything could have taken priority was if, to be honest, if someone who had seen the vision had acted upon the vision and changed fate in some way so that the next catastrophe to happen would have been the one that you had to deal with. But the only ones who saw the vision beforehand was me and the other 9 disciples. And you know how the council works. Everybody has their little code names, and the top 10 members of the order are given nicknames that go from literally the number 10 all the way to 2, and then Ace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And only those 10 are able to see the visions and stand on the higher council. Everybody else kind of is given a different nickname here or there depending on what is open. And if you move up into the top 10, then you are given that number, and your old nickname becomes up for grabs.
Right. But why did I see something different?
That means that you see like this other younger lady come up. Well, that means that one of the 10 council members must have acted on the grocery store vision and changed something.
Mm-hmm. I should mention that like the FBI got involved at some point. They don't know. I forget. Did I did the thing where like I said it was part of the order, right? I did that to a lot of people.
A couple. you were like, I have magic. I'm part of an order. Here's my tattoo.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I did that. Yeah. So I had to like blow my cover kinda to get this done, but like y'all, a lot of people were going to die if I didn't do that, and it was kind of crucial. I mean, we killed the dog. Damn, that sucks to say, but it's dead. I finished the mission. Yeah,
I deeply apologize for whatever hardships and obstacles you had to go through. This is unprecedented. We've never had a vision change overnight like this. The council would never go behind anyone's back to react upon the vision. And another person speaks up. Jack speaks up. So, what you're saying is someone in the council changed something? Someone else. Does that mean that someone in the council can't be trusted? And another number...
Well, yeah, probably.
People start arguing like, no, we've always trusted in the council, and... like other people start complaining about how it's always the council and it's such a closed hierarchy that, they don't open things up, and that...
It sounds when I wound up in like a union meeting at work. They're like, it's the fucking union. They don't open anything.
Yeah, no, it is very slowly just turning into like what the fuck management. I think we need new management.
Oh shit.
And Tex kind of turns to you. Hold'em, you had to deal with all of this. What do you think?
I don't know. Like, I don't mind the whole mission fuck up thing. Like, the mission was the mission. Like, I think I'm okay. I might need some therapy, but that's like everyone can use some therapy. Like, it's not
Yes,
not
preach.
shouldn't be stigmatized, but you know, I just
Whoa! Just looking at you.
I don't know. I'm worried about the other folk that took down the monster with me. If like they're okay with all this shit, like I had to blow some of their minds, say like show them magic's real, so that we could stop this fucking monster. So I hope that they're okay, but like I think I'm okay. I just like is there more shit like that out there? That dog?
I've never seen or heard of anything like the kind of creature that you've described.
That's weird.
We have been stopping smaller calamities. We get visions from the river, but I mean, no. And he kind of like thinks for a moment and kind of stops. And he's kind of just taken aback by this whole thing. This much older guy who's been leading this sect for however long. And Jack kind of stands up and says, I think we need new management, to be honest. And I propose we possibly take Pose to a new leader. Because obviously, this is very unsafe if we're going to have people up in higher power putting other members of the organization at risk.
Listen, I didn't mean to start anything with this.
I don't want no smoke.
But somebody, yes. If no one says anything, other people kind of start to join in about like they kind of feel unsafe of, you know, what kind of things, you know, if people of the council are gonna like go behind other people's backs.
I'm gonna look to Tex and see what she thinks. Tex, what do you think about all this?
I think that the council is important, and I think that they've been around for a really long time, but if there's somebody on the council who we can't trust, then either we need to find out who that is, or I think we need new leadership, because if we keep things the way they are, I don't think people are going to feel safe.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I'm gonna step forward and say, listen, y'all. I don't think we need to do away with the whole council right now, but we got to find out who messed with the vision. If that's what happened, that's what we know for sure is what happened, right? Like the vision was acted upon before I could do anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we need to figure out who did that before we kind of do this whole uproar revolution thing. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I think they should listen to him just because he said yeah.
Yeah.
The guy sounds serious.
As you're kind of taking a look around the room and everybody's making sure that the council is here, you look around, and you're looking for, to make sure that all 10 of them are there, and one of them seems to be missing. Number 9.
Well,
Is that what number Judas was?
Number 9. Number 9 large. Number 6 with extra dip.
Stop. All right. Where's 9?
Everybody's kind of looking around. 9! 9!
He screamed the
9.
9.
Is he over there? Is he
Some
over
asshole in the
there?
corner's like 8, and then somebody goes 7.
Is he over there? 9. 9 is in
we
no
gotta
or
come
9
up
is
with
in
better
9?
naming convention.
9.
That's what new leadership needs to implement, is a better naming convention, completely.
Judas, murderer.
Well, and then somebody else, one of the other numbers, well, just because he's not here doesn't mean that he's necessarily the traitor, right?
Is there what? Is there any reason to believe that any of these others, 1 through 8 and 10, would do this?
Well, Judas was number 9.
Shut up. Judas.
Judas.
Like, how well do you think Hold'em would know, like, personally, the types of people that these are?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't feel like these
Honestly?
guys share a lot about their personal lives.
No, I
Right.
feel like it's very.
It is very close.
You clock in, you
They
clock out,
pro-
you do your
they
shit, that's it.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
mean,
water
if it's
cooler
the
here.
whole if it's the whole like casino system, like I kind of had in mind, then they could be very well at other casinos. So he could know nothing about them, which is probably what the case is, and that doesn't help me with anything where I was going. All right, well,
Why don't you roll a investigate a mystery?
okay, that sounds like a good idea. That is a 6 plus 1, 7.
Okay, on a 7 and 9, you hold 1. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed here?
I'm gonna say, where did it go in terms of where did number 9 go?
Where did it go? That one's
I
a
know it's
tough
not.
one.
I know 9's not a monster, but
Yeah.
Or is he?
Ace kind of, begins to
Where's
talk
the
to you.
virus?
Hold'em, 9 has been acting slightly strange, maybe over the past week or two.
okay.
Usually he's much more, I guess, charismatic or a bit more lighthearted, but he hasn't been talking to many people. Last I heard, he was living somewhere out in Vegas, and we can give you his address, but as of right now, I'm not sure where he could be, but usually we keep things very under wraps in terms of certain people's real identities and certain people's information, but I think for right now we need some sort of investigation to happen here, and because you're the one that unfortunately this happened to, I would really appreciate it if you could take the reins on this one and be able to look into it.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if I could do that.
No, I think that you've more than enough proven yourself to the Order through not only your actions but just your dedication to, putting yourself first to help people. If you see to it, you can, take any resources or any other members that you deem fit, but until this becomes sorted out, I think that the Order needs to be, at the very least, the Council needs to be put on a temporary pause. And people start to kind of clamor and kind of argue back and forth about, how that's unfair, how there's still people out there that need the Order's help. And it's kind of it kind of erupts into an argument.
Hold'em's like, dude, you can't just say shit like that. people are gonna freak out. What's the solution? What do we put in place? How do we hold us together? While this is going on.
As far as I can see it, the council itself is compromised, and unless we put someone at least temporarily in charge, I don't think having anybody who is currently on the council keeping them in charge is safe enough. And Jack kind of stands up like, I would have no problem taking a chance and temporarily stepping into a place of responsibility if that's what's needed.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
And Tex steps in. I don't think that there should be just one person in charge. I wouldn't mind stepping forward, but I would also, hope to push others to possibly step forward as well, at least a handful of people, to be able to just temporarily run things while we sort through the other council members.
All right, this is what I'm gonna say. Take it or leave it. What the fuck ever. Jack, you like that card's like close enough in ranking to be a council. So I'm gonna trust that you are senior enough to understand shit that's going on. But and he kind of looks to Ace for while I was saying this. He seemed a little too excited to overthrow the council. So, Tex, I want you to do this too. I don't know why I have the most say here, but I think Tex and Jack should be at the temporary council until we get this shit figured out. Because I trust Tex with my life, and Jack at least has enough experience to get this done.
No, of course, I get it. I wasn't trying to overstep. I want what's best, even if that's not me on the council. But I think my experience should be able to help. And Tex also steps in, and I think that, and Hold'em, don't worry, I'll grab a couple other people that I trust, so it's not just two people running the whole thing.
Great, yeah. And we're gonna figure this shit out. This is just temporary.
Yes, of course. All right. I guess this is a temporary change in management party now. So,
whoopee.
Don't don't let Diamond's lemon squares go to waste. Those were definitely pretty good, and surprisingly, Craps Fondue is absolutely excellent. Every time we do one of these potlucks, it is great. Craps, I swear we'll get you a better nickname, and we'll get rid of that one soon.
Is it chocolate?
It's probably crap.
Is what?
Is it chocolate?
Yeah, it's a chocolate fondue. It's really good.
Yeah. Still called Craps, but
yeah. All right, and Hold'em, I will get you the information on 9.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, and I think with that, the kind of party very awkwardly kind of continues on, and you get a moment again to kind of check your phone. And I think at this point, everybody's kind of timelines have kind of come together. So if anybody wants to send anything or talk to anybody, you can.
Should we all meet up?
Yeah, I think I text them. I'm like, I just had an experience. Let's meet up at the golf course. Or wherever anyone wants to meet. Like, I feel like maybe the golf course is maybe off limits right now because of the FBI there. If you want to maybe talk in a more private area, like Leclerc's apartment or whatever.
That's up to you.
The hotel room again.
Yeah, the golf course isn't an issue just because like it's closed. But there is FBI presence there.
I would actually never mind. I would not want to go there just because of the FBI presence. I would want to talk privately with the three of them.
Sure. So you guys are meeting at Leclerc's room.
I think.
Yeah, I think that's like our other base at this point. Sorry.
Okay,
Jeremiah.
and I think
It's fine.
and I think at this point, William, you kind of finished whatever interview you had with Jamie, and you can of course share how that went, as you guys all managed to get together.
All right. So, I would ask that you all please sit down. Trust me, you're gonna need to sit down for this.
Everyone dusts pickle chips crumbs off the seats before they sit down.
So, I apologize for the vague text because I was being, in the middle of being tackled, by a small gray alien.
Like what?
So, he went on to, essentially kidnap me, as we went to his place of hiding. But I gotta say, he was actually pretty chill. He wasn't mean. He apologized for kidnapping, and he just needed to get into hiding. And apparently he's been around for 16 years. But he needs help getting his ship repaired. And there's been nothing that I've gotten from him. There's not been any vibes that I've seen from him that would make me think not to trust him. But it is, of course, an alien named Jesse.
That seems like a weirdly coincidental name for an alien.
Well, okay, so his real name is, I probably mispronounced that, I apologize, but that's just the name that he's taking for us to not mispronounce it, or anything.
Okay.
So, yes, it was very convenient in that sense. So I peed my pants a little bit, but outside of that, it was interesting, and I would just like to enlist your help in maybe assisting this thing, because now I guess we're a supernatural squad.
Yeah, sure. What the fuck? I can do magic, so I'll help out. So my whole order thing, we're having some issues, hierarchy issues. Maybe someone not following the rules how they should. And I might need y'all's help too to track someone down. And I hold up the envelope with information. There's a free trip to Vegas in it for you, so that might be fun.
Wow.
Jesus.
Nice.
Hang in there, Cliff.
That was not me. That was not me.
Oh.
That was Skylar.
Oh, I didn't know you guys heard that.
What'd you hit an Arby's?
Well,
there's a live mic.
Well, since there is since you're helping with the alien, I mean, of course I'd love to help out as much as possible with figuring out what the hell's happening with your order. You know,
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm good. What about you guys? Haven't really spoken up. How you processing all this?
William's just kind of like, oh my god, I actually told someone, what the hell, oh my god. And he's kind of distracted and not saying anything.
You're alright, bud? You look like you're sweating a bit.
Yeah, everything's fine. Nothing's going on.
All right, cool.
What about you, Jeremiah?
Jeremiah, Mr. Leclerc.
Well, what's the little guy need? How can we help him with the ship?
Well, in terms of the alien, apparently he needs, and I pull out the little note, which, and by the way, this alien, nice penmanship. I was a little surprised by that. And I list off the car battery, plunger, pearl, and Zim Zam Zoom hot pickle chips. I love that brand name, by the way.
Okay, so all of a sudden you hear a crinkle, and you can clearly see Jeremiah shove something under the couch. Because he went to the grocer after the diner, and he bought the last bag, and she's not sharing.
Look, Mr. Leclerc, I mean, it's not like this Zim Zam Zooms, the pickle chips are going to go out of stock. You know, you don't have to hide it. We could just wait
Have you been to the grocery stores lately?
I don't think this reality is based in the coronavirus world.
Like, while you guys are talking, William was just kind of sneaking to get the pack of chips and throw it under the bed.
Well,
Can we fucking roll to like do shit with each other? Like,
Oh yeah, you definitely can.
act
There are
under pressure.
rules with that. Yeah.
yeah, so William reaches over for the pickle chips.
Yeah.
All right, well then,
why
if he's
don't-
Throw a punch
rolling
in.
to try and steal the
Throw a
chips, I
punch
get to
in.
roll to try and block him.
Hold
Throw
on.
punch him. Throw a punch.
So
No, block him, not
No,
punch
we're
him.
gonna do.
No, he went after the chips. Throw a punch.
Oh.
All right.
Act under pressure, I think, for
Yeah,
Will.
act under pressure
Alright,
for
let's see.
Will.
Act under pressure. Oh God. Okay.
don't have
No.
good pool, do you?
Damn it. It's 6.
Oh, so Mark +1 experience.
Man,
I mean, that should probably just mean that Leclerc.
I will literally stab you, Leclerc. I have an alien inside me.
So you said you kicked it under the couch, Leclerc?
Yes. Oh, I tucked it under where I was sitting.
Yeah. William, you go to like get under the couch where like Leclerc is sitting, and Leclerc, like right as William, as you're getting your hand under the couch, Leclerc notices, and as like a very quick kind of spasm to just try and grab it, you try to grab the bag and just pull it out, but you just feel this just surge of energy as just like your arm almost like turns purple for a second as this almost like super strength style you accidentally flip over the entire couch and actually crack the entire wall that the couch lines, and it sends Leclerc actually falling backwards onto his back, and it sends the chips also sliding across the side of the room.
I'm not going to get my
Get those
security
fucking
deposit back.
chips.
I just pick up the chips and be like, guys, really, this is ridiculous. I could just go to another store and get these
hey,
pickle chips.
now you got the chips.
Yeah, I mean,
Principle.
yeah, you got it. All right. As for what do you exactly need from us, Hold'em?
I just need you to come with me.
Yeah. All right. Along the way, I think that we could pass. I think that we have like a Lowe's nearby or whatever the hell,
Yeah.
and we could pick up a plunger. You know, we'll knock this list down like little bit here and there.
Easy stuff.
Easy stuff. Okay.
All right, but alien boys replacing my chips.
I'll get you new chips. I
Fine.
promise you that. There's actually some in my
Now
vending
we-
machine at the golf
So,
course. You're good.
Cliff is at this point the only character who has not fucked up Leclerc's chips.
I'll serve the chips well.
Fine.
Amazing.
All right, so
Okay.
we're going. Are we going to the? Going to
So
do search for 9 now.
yeah, what's the profile that Matt just posted?
That's for 9.
That's for 9, right? But
Yeah.
I'll let.
So that's the information. I probably shared it with you. Nothing in that is like anything crazy. So
Okay.
I'm sure that maybe I'll just say someone in the order.
But should we read
That
it
word.
out loud for the audience? Is what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, sure, yeah. So, so their codename's 9, actual name Patrick McMahon. I won't read the specific stuff, but previous history: grew up in Kentucky, previously a mailman in Kentucky and general manager at Greg's Groceries in Flats. Moved to Vegas in 2008 with his wife, Sarah McMahon. Sarah McMahon passed away in April 2016, joined the order in 2012 as Slots, joined the council in 2018. This story takes place in 2019, right?
Yeah, about 2019. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I figured we'd play it out now as if it was present day, and then by whenever we finish the show, it's like, oh, it kind of finished then, and it was all in the future slightly.
Okay.
And
Right.
but it's fine. It'll be somewhere around
Right.
now.
But he's a recent member of like the high ups. I'm trying to explain to them without being super clear what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
And we think that he fucked something up. I mean, it might have been a good thing that he fucked something up, because that way I could help y'all with the dog and shit. But we gotta go and figure out why he wasn't at the at our little shindig earlier today.
Table Party has been brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter at The Table Party, and find more of our work at Team Chaos Productions. See you again soon. Later.